With yet another wooden roller coaster announced for Europe, we take a look at the closer details of the exciting new GCI ride coming to Plopsaland in 2016. We also have a look at the SFX coaster coming to Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, along with an exciting Intamin coaster also set to open at the park next year. Along with all that, we've got your classics like Merch Paradise, Interact With Me and Ask Me Anything. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide the show, and that means it's time to cue those titles. You can tell by the weather outside that we're coming towards the end of the summer season now. Of course, the parks are going into the quieter period of the year now as we go into September. And of course, it's a great time for visiting if you can do. We've got the California mega trip coming up. This time next week, I will be in California and it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to share with all of you guys all the updates. It's going to be really good. What have we have on the channel then this week? Of course, the Europa Park vlogs have gone online. Both part 1 and part 2 went online across the past 7 days. Really good vlogs from Europa Park. We had a fantastic trip. We had some new funny stuff in there. We had the launch of Vlogmail as well. So loads of new stuff happened really, and it was great that all of you guys could tune into the vlogs and share that with us. Like I say, part 1 and part 2, well worth checking out. And let's just say, friend of Theme Park Worldwide, Dean, I did some very, very funny stuff in that, so it's well worth checking out if you do enjoy our vlogs here on the channel. A lot of people keep asking me about vlogs from California. Yes, there's going to be vlogs from every single park and attraction we visit, and there's also going to be like a transport vlog, so showing you how we're getting about. Obviously we're hiring a car over there, showing you all the fun stuff like getting around to the parks and some tips for travelling if you do want to do a road trip over in California and LA. So yeah, make sure you do check that out. They're going to be going online throughout September and October, so make sure you watch those when they do come out. Anyway, lots to be getting on with then this week. Let's get straight in with a little bit of news off the rails. So I'm going to start off this week by talking to you about Terran, the exciting new Intamin roller coaster coming to Phantasialand in 2016. Phantasialand, a beautiful park in Germany. Absolutely love it. It's just outside the city of Cologne. I went last year for the first time. It was a great park. You've got classics there. You've got Black Mamba, a B&M invert. You've got Talican, a really advanced Huss top spin with great theming and fire effects. Winges. You've got a marathon spinning coaster, 2 of them in there in fact. And some really other good rides at the park. And last year was the launch of Chepas, the best themed log flume in the world. I've never seen anything like it. It's absolutely fantastic. Of course, you've got Splash Mountain at the Disney parks, which is absolutely awesome also. But there was something about Chepas for a non-Disney park. I thought, you know what, this is absolutely stunning. And that goes with anything that Phantasialand have put in really. The theming really is key out there, and it's got to be some of the best theming out there in the world. Which leads me on to Tarun. Now, is this the best themed thrill roller coaster in the world to date? I think it could be. I mean, if you can think of anything what's quite as heavily themed as this, then let me know. Yes, there's family coasters, obviously Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom. That's amazing theming, top notch. But this is looking like, you know, it's going to, in terms of thrill coaster, be up there with Everest. Could be even better than Everest. Let's have a little look then at the latest construction from this week. Here it is. Wow, look at that. Of course, you can see Terran in its full glory there. What you can see from the top there, looking over, you can see the Hotel Lingbao in the background. This beautiful twist as it's coming down into the whole of Terran. It looks absolutely stunning. They've got all the rock work going on. Could this maybe feature fountains and stuff going down it? There's certainly some sections in the next photo what I do think could be fountains possibly. Move on to the next photo. There you go. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. You can just see by all the scenery around it. You know, it's going to be absolutely crazy. We've got some great head choppers, again another photo, fantastic head choppers on this ride. It's going to be absolutely stunning when it opens. Yes, as Theme Park Worldwide, we are going to be there next year. There will be a vlog and a show, and I look forward to reviewing this fantastic ride. As I said, when I went last year, you know, the place really took me by for surprise. I knew it was going to be great, but you know, I wasn't expecting it to be quite as well themed as that. It is some of the best theming I've ever seen at that park, and everything there is so consistent as well. It's not a huge park, it's quite a small park in fact, but everything there is quality, and that's why I could spend 2 or 3 days at that park re-riding everything. I mean, Mystery Castle as well, you know, that's great. The hotels are great, the Lingbao, and also Hotel Matamba, which is what I stayed in, if you saw in the vlog from last year. You know, absolutely stunning theme, stunning hotels. I'll look forward to going back next year and riding Terran. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on the ride. We don't know all the full details yet. We know it's Intamin, we know it's heavy themed, but is it going to have inversions? We don't know. You know, there's none visible at the moment. But I do like how they've covered all the track work up. A few people have asked me about this on the comments actually. Like, why is the track work covered up? It's to protect it. Obviously, while they're blasting all the rock work and stuff out there, and lots of concrete about, it's not going to get all on the track and make it messy, basically. But yeah, a couple of bits are coming off now on the top. But hopefully in our next update, we'll be able to show you the you know, the track coming out of its covers, so we'll have to see on that one. Tarun at Phantasialand opening in 2016. Now, moving on, another exciting ride coming in 2016, and that's Diplopsaland. I've not visited, but I hope to get out there next year, especially for this. Even more reason to get out there to Belgium, to this little park. So they've announced they're opening a GCI wooden roller coaster. GCI, Great Coasters International, if you've never heard of them. They're responsible for some of my favourites. You got Joris at F-Tallinn, which they did. Woden at Europa Park. Some great rides out there. So what are they building is the question. Now, you might have seen a coaster called White Lightning out there at Fun Spot in Orlando. It's just down the road, well, it's on iDrive, just down the road from Universal, just off iDrive. Lovely little park. It's only, what, 5-minute drive from Universal. Well worth checking out if you are going over to Orlando. So, basically, we're having a clone of this. It's not identical, but there's a few little differences to it, but it's pretty much the same. However, this ride will feel very different as it's having a strong theme on it as well, which is going to be good. So it's called Heidi, which is quite an interesting name. Not Heidi Park, don't get confused there. It's Heidi at Plopsaland. 23 metres tall ride, and it's going to be themed with Swiss buildings and large mountains. I can imagine this looking very much like the Matterhorn, in fact. You know, this is obviously a t-shirt from the Matterhorn at Europa Park, but I'm thinking more the Matterhorn at Disneyland, maybe Rush the Barn, or roller coasters you might want to call it, at Tivoli Gardens. That was also a very mountainy theme. Again, check out the vlog on the channel and you'll see what I mean by that. Hopefully we're looking at that sort of theming on this. I'm really looking forward to it opening next year. But unlike White Lightning, it's actually going to be a full wooden coaster. Believe it or not, you might not have known this, but interesting fact of the day for you. And that White Lightning, it's technically a hybrid coaster because it has got steel supports on it. Whereas this is going to be full wood from GCI, so I'm looking forward to seeing this when it's done. Top speed, we're looking just over 40 miles an hour, probably around 43, 44 miles an hour for this. Looking forward to seeing when it's done. It's going to be a great ride. Plopsaland definitely on the list for next year to get out there and see over in Belgium. Moving on then, going a bit further away from Belgium now, outside of Europe, over to United Arab Emirates, and of course to Abu Dhabi. Now, Abu Dhabi is already home to some fantastic attractions. Ferrari World opened over there, and you've got the fastest roller coaster, still the fastest roller coaster in the world over there, Formula Rossa. I've known many people who've been over there and rode that fantastic ride, including friend of the show, Mark Megaphobia Lewis from Oakwood. Hi out there, Mark, you got another shout out. But yes, this ride looks absolutely great what's going in. It's from Dynamic Attractions and it's an SFX coaster. Basically meaning you're going to go around, there's going to be screens and all sorts. It's going to be very, very sort of interactive with what you can see. You're not just going to be going around on this ride looking around. There's going to be a lot of stuff to see and stuff what's going to be happening around you visually, which should be good. So this ride's going, we don't really know too much details, but I did manage to find this photo quite a while back now. Obviously the ride's pretty much installed now, but here's a photo of how big the track is. Look at that, it's huge. It's probably the size bigger than B&M track, I would say that. It's absolutely huge. That's it in its factory. It's now going into the park, which is great to see. So we'll keep you updated on that. Work's progressing well, as we heard, and we'll see how that goes along in the future. Opening next year, 2016, along with another new ride, which is believed to be from Intamin. This is Flying Aces. Now, this coaster looks great. Ferrari World is a really interesting park. It's somewhere I really want to get out there too. But Ferrari World, some of the coasters, it just looks quite plain in my opinion, quite white, quite plain. But this doesn't put me off going because Flying Aces looks great. Formula Rossa, of course, fantastic. The SFX coaster is going to be brilliant. That's 3 big reasons to get out there now, so I am going to look into getting out there in the next couple of years, definitely. But Flying Aces, which is believed to be Intamin, is going to have the world's largest loop at 170 feet. Wow, that is a big loop. Obviously, you know, it's taken the record from Full Throttle there, 10 foot higher, because Full Throttle, which I'll be riding next week at Six Flags Magic Mountain in California, that's 160 foot, I believe. So this is 10 foot taller. So it's taking that crown. Obviously, it's going to be absolutely huge. I can't wait to ride this ride, Flying Aces out there. It's also got a very, very steep hill, steep lift hill, 51 degrees. So it's going to be quite a good ride. Looks good from the pictures, as you can see there. Like Intamin coasters, like I say, I do love Intamin coasters, but not as much as my Max and B&Ms. So it doesn't get me as excited as they would, but this, it does look like it's going to be a great ride. There's a picture of it in construction at the moment, outside in the heat. I'd hate to be down construction workers out there building that, with our hot it is. But it's great to see the updates coming on, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely awesome attraction when it's finished. So we'll keep you up to date on the construction here on Theme Park Worldwide, and I'll hopefully get out there in the next couple of years. If not next year, definitely the year after, I think, for that one. Somewhere I really want to go, somewhere I want to see out there as well. So yeah, we'll definitely keep you up to date on that one. Moving on then, of course, from our news, what's coming up next week on the show? We're going to be at Tayto Park in Ireland. We're going to be riding Cuca Lane. Cuca Lane, I can't even get my words out, I'm that excited. Gravity Group wooden coaster, opened a few months ago. Quite a lot of people have been out there to ride it, but I've still not been out there. So I'm going this Saturday. It's going to be great to see, and it will be on the show next Wednesday. A whole show devoted to Tayto Park. We're going to be looking at how Tayto Park started. Obviously it's based, well, it's a crisp factory. It's got a crisp factory tour and everything. It's only got a few rides there, but Cuca Lane, their massive wooden coaster, is the newest thing there. So I'm really looking forward to going there and seeing that. They've also got an air race, a rotor, some other good rides there. So it's going to be good to see the park. Very, very new, very good fresh feel to it. And of course we'll give you the review here on Theme Park Worldwide, the show. Then the following week, it'll be the launch of Scream Park Worldwide. Let me just tell you, it's going to be absolutely terrifying.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
So yes, it's time for Ask Me Anything, the part of the show where you send me any questions and I read them out here on the show. Now I normally do 4, but as we are coming towards the end of the season, the end of the series, I'm going to do 8 a week now because we've got that many backed up, especially since we've been doing the emails. So many questions, so I'm going to go with 8 this week. So here we go. Section will be a bit bigger than usual. So we've got Matt Swain. Which series of rides has the best overall theme? Now, the way you say series there, I assume that you mean like what Disney do and clone the rides, or maybe Six Flags. So I'm going to go with the best series as in that, as what I was saying. And that's Big Thunder Mountain for me. I think that's the best themed series of rides. You've got them in various of the Disney parks, and I think the overall theme of them and how they vary at the different parks as well is quite nice. So definitely Big Thunder Mountain for that. So thank you for that question, Matt. Matt Chapman, best inverted roller coaster in Europe, but not Nemesis. Only one contender for this, really. I think it's going to be Osiris. Yeah, Osiris Park Asterix I'm going to go for. Mamba's good, like Black Mamba, but I'm going to go for Osiris. I've not ridden Catan though at Mirabilandia, which is supposed to be amazing, so might change after riding that, but definitely for me what I've ridden, Osiris. I love it, a really good coaster, so thanks for your question. Jamie's asked if you could bring one roller coaster but not flaps from Thorpe Park or Alton Towers to Drayton Manor, which one would it be and why? That's a long question, but thanks for sending it in. So yeah, what would it bring to Drayton Manor? Well, from Thorpe, coaster wise, what I think would fit the park is something like Colossus. From Alton Towers, 13, a nice family coaster. I think it'll work well at Drayton, but hopefully it will come in the next few years. Hopefully we get something new at Blackpool, hopefully we get something new at Drayton, then I'm happy for the UK for the next few years. So we'll have to see. Thanks for your question. Stacks has sent in, do you think a UK Disney park would work out? Probably not now. Before 92 in Disneyland Paris opening, or Euro Disney as some of you might want to call it, then it might have worked. I think it would have been a better location, but now, I don't think so, no. I don't think there's the demand for it in this country, to be honest. And with our weather, yes, the weather in France isn't much better, but it's got better transport connections and stuff, so I can see why they did put it there over the UK. But no, I don't think Disney would work in this country, not at all now. But thanks for your question. Harry has sent in, if you could ride any ride in the world, what you haven't really been on, what would it be and why? Well, it's a bit of a funny question this. I always wanted to ride X2 at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm sure you can see where this is going now because I'll be on it in a week's time. But yeah, X2, and I can't believe that I'm going to ride it. I'm really, really excited for California. You're going to see me in the vlogs from California like you've never seen me before. Like, I didn't do vlogs when I first went to Disneyland Paris because it was when I was a kid. But if you'd have seen how I reacted when I first walked into Disneyland Paris for the first time, that's how I'm going to be in every single vlog from California. It's a childhood dream. Come on, we've all played Roller Coaster Tycoon and played about with the Six Flags park, delete things, built things, and instead of playing it in the game, I'm going to be walking around Magic Mountain, and that's a park. Magic Mountain and Disneyland are the two parks that I'm really looking forward to on that trip. They're parks that I wanted to visit since I was a child, seen them in coaster magazines and all sorts, so can't wait to see them. So yeah, X2. Other than that, I'm going to go for Formula Rossa just to see what it feels like on the face. I'd love to know, but I'm sure I'll find out very soon. So there we go. Thank you for your question. Grace Ford, what is your favourite family attraction in the UK? It's a really tough question. You're really putting me to test, aren't you, at the moment? Family attraction, can you class Valhalla as a family attraction at Blackpool? I think you can, to be honest, because of the amount of theming and stuff like that, and it is just technically a log flume with heavy theming, so I'm going to class it as a family attraction. For me, it's going to be Valhalla, so there you go. Zach Wilkinson, if you had your own theme park, what would you call it and why? Well, I've already got some amazing ideas for if I do ever win Euro Millions on a Friday night, so I'm not going to go too much into detail with this, but all I'm going to say is it will be called Volcano Springs, and let's just say I've completely designed what I'd do with it, but unless I ever win the money, then it's never going to be built, is it? Let's face it. So thanks for that. Finally, James Palmer, what are your top 5 Halloween scare mazes? I assume this is ever, but my favourite top scare maze I've ever done is Wreck at Portaventura, mainly because of the length of it. Salva del Meida at Portaventura, that's also in there. And then apart from that, it changes all the time, depending on what you do. I loved Takeaway in 2013, which was at Europa Park Horror Nights. I really like the theming of Alien vs Predator, which I did last year in Orlando at Halloween Horror Nights. And so yeah, there's some great stuff out there. It changes all the time. But yeah, they're sort of my top 3. I wouldn't like to say 5 because of how much they're always changing. For who knows, you know, what's coming to Alton Towers this year for Scarefest is going to be great. If you did miss, by the way, all the stuff we're going to be covering Screen Park Worldwide, apart from the teaser video which I showed you just, it was also in last week's show, so make sure you do check it out. But Molly Crow sounded very interesting for Alton Towers, so looking forward to seeing that. And also some of the stuff I'm going to be getting out at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Hollywood. So it's going to be the first event we're covering on the channel for Screen Park Worldwide. It's going to be great. If you do have any more questions, you can send them in, ask@themeparkworldwide.uk, our new email address, or you can send them as a private message on our Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page. It's going to be the place to be on Facebook at the moment because there's going to be so many updates over the next few weeks from California and all the Halloween attractions that we're going to be covering here on the channel. So it's time for Merch Paradise. What have I got to show you this week before I have a look at what you guys have sent in? Here we go. Woo! It's another mug. What a surprise. But yes, this one, it's a special one for me really. It's Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights from Orlando. So there you go. It's an I Survived special mug. It's printed on that side. You got The Walking Dead from AMC on there as well. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to pick up something like this out in Hollywood next week and bring it back here for the world of theme parks. I've even got a spare shelf cleared. You can't really see it on camera, it's just down here to the side, sort of where the camera's positioned now. There's a whole shelf ready, what'll fit about 20 mugs on it from California. So I'm looking forward to sharing them with you here on the channel when I get them back. Loads of merch, and it's going to be great to see. Right, let's have a little look at what you guys have sent in then this week. You've got Daniel, which has got a Space Mountain mug. I'm loving that. I'm really jealous. I want that so badly. But thanks for sending in the picture. Thank you for that. Mason Hodgkinson has got a selection of Alton Towers key rings, so thank you for those. AJ Harrison with some merchandise from Hobbs Pit. Somewhere in here I've got a Hobbs Pit mug, but I didn't get the t-shirt. I wish I had now after seeing that. But thank you for sending that in and sharing it with us here on the show. Sam Bowers, merchandise from SeaWorld and also Legoland. So again, thank you very much for sending them in for us here on the show. Stephanie Matthews got a Portaventura teddy. Oh, that's quite cute, isn't it? I can't wait to be at Portaventura. It's all part of Screen Park Worldwide, and that's coming up at the start of October when we're going to be there. As soon as we come back from LA, straight out to Portaventura for Halloween, and then Europa Park Horror Nights as well. It's going to be action-packed. Thanks for that, Stephanie. David McPherson with some Alton Towers merchandise. Thanks for those. Henry Buxton with an Alton Towers, Thorpe Park and Chesterton merch. Oh, a bit of a Merlin special there. Loads of merchandise. You can have a mini world of theme parks with all that stuff. Thank you for that. Alex with a Dismaland t-shirt. Now, if you don't know what Dismaland is from Banksy, it's down in Weston-super-Mare. It's like a massive sort of exhibition, an art exhibition, but there is a couple of fairgroundy rides in there as well. But it's sort of taken the mick out of Disney and all that sort of stuff. It looks very interesting. If I wasn't going to California, I would love to have gone down there and seen it, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get to that, unfortunately. It would have made a great vlog as well, but you never know, I might be able to squeeze it in somewhere. But thank you very much for sending in the picture. If anybody wants to buy me a shirt and send it to me, then you can do. But yeah, thank you very much for that. Moving on then, you got James with some merchandise from PA. So thank you very much, PA, for Port Aventura. Can't wait to be back. Stan with some Disneyland merch. Thank you for that. I keep wanting to say Disneyland, Dismaland. Very, very interesting. Thank you for that. Finally, Mohammed's got an Alton Towers 2012 fireworks mug. If you've got any merch to send in, all you need to do is send it in. merch@themeparkworldwide.uk, our new email address, or send it as a private message on our Facebook page. Me and Charlotte look forward to seeing what you've sent in. It's been quite an action-packed show this week. Hope you've enjoyed it here on the channel. Like I say, this is the last show here from the World of Theme Parks for quite a while now. Next week we're going to be at Tato Park, and then the following shows on from that, we're going to be at California. It's going to be great on-location shows from the parks, first reactions before the vlogs go online, and it's going to be great for you guys to see. So I look forward to sharing that with you from Tato Park next weekend, and of course California. Final section then, interact with me, the part of the show where you send in any shout outs, birthday requests, on-ride photos, whatever you want, send it in and we'll do our best for you. So yes, let's have a little look at what's been sent in this week. Annie's Stribbling then, first off, her and her brother on Derby Racer. That looks like quite an old photo there from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Really good classic, love the Derby Racer, it always makes a feature as we go to Blackpool, so thank you very much for sending it in. Justin's got an air on ride photo, loving that there, thank you for sending it in, looks like you're all having a good time there. Michael Truvitz sent in a photo of the one and only Dean. Dean's email services. He's sent in this beautiful photo. There's Dean enjoying Katanga Canyon at Alton Towers. So thank you very much for sending that in, Michael Truvitz. Janik has sent in a Carnan on-ride photo. Now Carnan looks really good. We talked about it in the show a couple of times this year. Really good on-ride photo. And I see one of you wearing a t-shirt there as well. So thank you very much for sending that in for me here on the show. Moving on, Justin sent in this photo. He's drawn pictures of Helix and Bluefire. Now look at this, absolutely stunning pictures. I mean, I'm quite good at art myself, but that is taking it to the next level. Wish I could draw like that. Thank you very much for sharing that. I'm sure all the thousands of people that watch the show will really support your drawings and think they're absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much for sending that in. Great to see. Connor, him and his girlfriend on Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park. Bit of a soaker, isn't it, Tidal Wave? But looks like you're having a good time there whilst you're at Thorpe Park. So thank you very much for sending that in for me. Christopher Anthony, himself and Charlotte with SpongeBob and Patrick at Pleasure Beach. So thank you very much for sending that in for the show. Again, Pleasure Beach is a good park. We always enjoy visiting it. We had a vlog from there a couple of weeks ago. Again, one of the best ones, some really funny moments. So make sure you do check it out whilst you're here on the channel. Moving on, Jamie and Ben with me outside the Air Shop. Quite a rare photo, that one. I remember seeing him the other day at Alton Towers and saying, have a photo outside the Air Shop before it all changes next year. We're going to be interesting to see what comes in. Obviously, we've got Food Loop going in there, a roller coaster restaurant, but we'll have to see what goes on theming wise with there next year. I'm sure it's going to be interesting to see. Thank you for that. Hannah Young, James Young with me at the Turnstiles at Alton Towers. Thank you for sending that in. If you see me, let me know. Wherever I am, I'll have a photo and it'd be great to have it here on the show, so thank you for that. Moving on then, Daniel's also had a photo of me at the Turnstiles. Chris Sawyer had a photo with me in CBeebies Land. Hi there to Chris Sawyer. He's out in Orlando at the moment, so I hope you have a great time out there enjoying the coasters and amazing dark rides at Disney and Universal, so thank you for that. Moving on, Shona, a photo also of me at the Turnstiles. Great to meet you, what a great person. Great to see you out there at Alton Towers. Hope you had a fantastic day at the park, so thank you for that. Kashmir Hawker, him and his girlfriend with me also at Alton Towers. What a surprise. There you go. Thank you very much for sending it in. Again, it's always great to meet fans of Theme Park Worldwide out there. I know you really enjoy it, so thank you very much for sending in your photos. I told you we got loads this week. David Daniels, his family with me at Alton Towers. I saw these again the other day whilst I was on park, promoting Screen Park Worldwide there with the hoodie. But as you can see, you know, really good family. It just shows that whether you're really young or old, you know, Theme Park Worldwide is fun for everyone. If you want to get out there to the parks, but you can't do, watch the vlogs. It makes you feel like you're in the parks. That's how I edit the vlogs. That's how I want to make the vlogs feel, that you're coming along with us for the journey. I'll film on ride where I can do, and you know, that's what I want you to do. Come along for the journey with me to the parks, and that's how we're going to be really putting that across as we move into next year from California this year. You know, really coming along for the journey with us. So thank you very much for sending that in. Finally, Kieran and Adam are with me at the turnstiles at Alton Towers. Thank you very much for sending that in, and that goes a big thank you to all of you for sending in your photos for Interact With Me. If you've got anything you want to appear in next week's on location episode of the show from Tato Park in Ireland, all you need to do is email them in, interact@themeparkworldwide.uk, or you can send them as a private message on our Facebook page. Charlotte looks forward to hearing from you. She's the Theme Park Worldwide admin. We look forward to replying and of course getting it here on the show for you next week. That's it then for this week. Say bye to the world of theme parks for now. It will be back later on, probably over a month's time till we're back here now, because it's going to be an amazing Halloween. Screen Park Worldwide's coming up. Of course, we're going to be kicking that off while we're in California. It's going to be absolutely awesome. That's it then from me this week. I'll see you next week at Tato Park. Whatever you're doing this week, have a good one. And that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. Have an awesome week.